Trump, on the other hand, refuses to kill himself and makes him significantly worse. Now we're in.
Welcome to Liberals Crying for 3 straight minutes. Welcome back to the JP Reacts channel, my beautiful freedom-loving friend. This is where we call out lies, hypocrisy, corruption, and highlight the amazing work of other freedom fighters because truth conquers. But if you think you're going to conquer anything without being strong, you would be mistaken. That's why I take ancestral supplements, grass-fed beef liver on a daily basis so I can be stronger in my mind and body. Makes my metabolism fast, energy high, cravings for crap absolutely low. Get yours at ancestralsupplements.com/JPReacts, and for 15% off, use the discount code JPReacts. Let's get into it. Topic at hand. Is there anything better than liberal tears that are based on emotional reaction and have no basis in reality? Rather, it's based on whatever, Trump derangement syndrome, Elon derangement syndrome. So it's based on their imagination, and you see this theatrical reaction that their physiology is so involved in that they actually cry. I don't know of anything better. Maybe a baby being born, and maybe not even that. So welcome to watching liberals cry for 3 straight minutes. We're going to see that. It's going to be great. We're going to learn a lot, ladies and gentlemen, because the way to make America better isn't by having nuanced discussion. It's not by having a good point. It's not through open debate. And it sure as hell isn't about listening to the other side. It's about abandoning your prefrontal cortex, your left brain, all logic, all rationality, preferably all reality, and letting your emotions do the talking. This is how we make America better. It's how we get our point across. I mean, if you're trying to be heard and understood with words, that ain't gonna happen. But if you can use emotions, preferably the more rageful the better, that even if you're trying to express logical thought, nobody can understand it. It's just all distorted through your emotional rage. That's how we communicate. Nobody teaches us better than crying liberals.
Not over. It's not over.
Do you already feel that you can understand his, her, they's point better? That's not even a sentence. It's not over.
Not over. It's not over.
But you get the emotion of it. It's like a strong, compelling, intimidating, rageful, unhinged, no mental stability emotion. It's like, yes, I get it. Yes, and by the way, thank you for putting this on TikTok so that other people can be inspired to adopt this effective communication style. Preferably, could you repeat the same thing over and over again?
It's not over until I say so. We're not over.
Gotta get a freeze frame on the face. There's so much emotion here.
We're not over because, for me, it's not over. This is just the beginning.
My immigrant mother just called me on the phone, innocently asking me if she should start carrying her passport.
It's a great innocent question. And please take note, if you're having genuine tears come out, it's one thing to have rage. The tears are harder to theatrically produce, but if they come, why wouldn't you take out your phone and film yourself for TikTok? Like, are you just going to let these tears go to waste and not use them for sympathy points? Not use them to elevate your victim status? It's like, don't you have any ambition? You're crying. You're in a time of need where you should be processing your emotions. So get your damn phone out so everybody else can see you do it.
In case they start doing mass deportations to prove that she's a citizen.
I love it. I love it. Crying about her immigrant mother calling to ask if she should carry her passport, presumably because she's afraid of being deported. Then you get the punchline, oh, she's actually a citizen. So victim status points to her. If 10 is the most you can get, probably 8 would be awarded to her because, one, this isn't about her, it's about her mom, and her mom being a citizen isn't at risk of being deported, but her mom had a question, should I carry my passport? You can see how nothing to do with her, no risk for her mother. That's a lot of creativity and imagination. So that's 8 points. She could have done more, 2 points left on the table, but still, that's a solid B.
Because you'll know if she said and did the exact same things that she did say and do in the only difference about her was that she was a white man.
Now, right away, we know she's talking about Kamala because her sentence structure is that of Kamala's. If she said and did the exact things she said and did, okay, are we doing word salad circles? That's what we're doing? Why? Because you're talking about your hero. Great. But if she was a white man, what?
She would have gotten elected. But this country will do anything to prevent a woman of color from being.
Yep. This country, fact check true. This country absolutely does everything to prevent a woman of color from being in power. Was she the vice president? Okay, so second highest position of power. They've done anything to prevent that. And then she's running for president. Does she have a primary? No. So this country won't even just let the country decide. This country, at least half of it, promotes a woman of color only because she's a woman of color. No primary. Takes out the old white guy to promote a woman of color. Spot on accurate.
How do we feel about broadcasting every single unmarried man's name who voted for Donald Trump?
That sounds like a great way for a lot of men to get dates with a lot of wonderful women.
Because if he voted against our reproductive rights, why should he ever go on a date or get laid again?
That's a good question. The answer to that question is if you want to reproduce with a man who's pro-reproduction, then those would be ideal men. And if they voted for Trump, I guarantee statistically their testosterone levels are going to be much higher. They're going to have much more fertility, sperm counts. I mean, they'll actually still have the part of their body that produces sperm. So if you're looking for a reason, that would be the reason, lady. You're so anti-babies being born that you don't even want to reproduce. Correct. Don't go on a date with a guy who voted for Trump because he's someone who kind of like believes in life and we can reproduce. That's a good thing. We're not burdening the world. Is that a baby? No, that's a carbon footprint. Why was it even born? We'll get back to the video in just a second, but first, the countdown is on before the new administration exposes the whole pandemic. Most of us know that a lot of people's health was negatively impacted by global coercion. Whether it's severe side effects or long COVID, there's a natural solution formulated by Dr. Peter McCullough and the Wellness Company. And they just leveled up their original Spike Detox formula for $30 less. Introducing the 3-in-1 Ultimate Spike Detox. 4 times more nattokinase, 500 milligrams of bromelain, and 500 milligrams of turmeric root extract, all conveniently in one capsule. Nattokinase is an enzyme researched for its anti-clotting effects. Wonder why people might need that. Take that, spike protein. And along with bromelain and curcumin, it provides a potent blend for detoxification and cellular support. Ultimate Spike Detox is backed by research, offering effective support for your cell's natural repair and recovery. Experience the only formula used and approved by Dr. Peter McCullough, a top freedom-fighting doctor who risked it all. Before it's too late, get Ultimate Spike Detox at twc.health/JPReacts and use code JPReacts for 15% off plus free shipping. That's code JPReacts. Now back to the video.
I'm a liberal. You know, it's hard work.
We could tell.
It sucks. You have to read. You have to
I bet it does suck.
think. Do you ever wonder what it would be like to be a conservative and just be stupid and make up stuff and believe whatever you hear? And
I love that. A blonde lady, we're not stereotyping, we're observing here. A blonde lady who talks like this is wondering what it would be like to be stupid.
you know, just go about life, la la la, just dumb. Must be nice.
It's pretty good.
I've been trying to decide how I feel this morning.
Let me guess. Is it angry?
And here's where I've landed.
Oh, I feel.
I have a transgender child.
Congrats. Thank you for announcing that. How many, I mean, of course, we're on TikTok here, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't convert my child to trans for you to not know. So I'm here to tell you how I feel. P.S. I have a transgender child. All right, now let's get back to me. I have a transgender child. So I was wondering this. I have a transgender child. Have I told you in the last 3 seconds I have a transgender child? Okay, do you know what that means about me? It means I'm pretty awesome, okay?
Another one in the military. They both possess a uterus.
Nice. I wonder what gender her transgender child is, the one with the uterus. I hope we find out.
To say that I am disappointed in the 71 million people who voted.
And these 71 million people that voted for Trump. We have so much invested in what she says about us. Please tell us about us. I will 100% alter how I think about myself based on oversized sunglass, angry lady with a transgender child.
For Trump last night would be an understatement. What I'm actually feeling is rage. Pure, unadulterated, unbridled rage.
Pure.
So if you are someone who voted for Donald Trump, let me just say, with as much disrespect as I possibly can, you.
Man, and I wonder why these Trump voters don't want to be like her. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm full of rage. I have no respect for you. F you. Why don't more people want to be like me? It doesn't make any sense here. They both have uteruses. My son and daughter have uteruses. What's the plural of uterus? Is it uteri? I don't know. There's 2 uteruses amongst them. Why don't people want to be like me? I'm even going out of my way to make my rage public. I'm going out of my way to express to the world that how other people behave makes me rageful. That's how strong and stable I am mentally. How I feel is always determined on what other people are doing. Now, here's the thing. If 100% of people in this country would just act like the way I want them to act, then I could be happy. But until that happens, I'm going to be rageful. That's how strong of a person I am. Why don't more people want to be like me? Join my party of this is what we do. I don't get it. Now I think we've had a lot to learn from those folks we've just seen. I think there's someone that even thems that we just watched can learn from. And that's, of course, Cassidy Campbell. He's a conservative. He does these videos. Oftentimes he's going to city council meetings as a liberal. And here's the funny, like the most liberal you can find. The funny thing is, I guarantee there's liberals that come across his videos on the internet. They don't know that he's mocking them. They're just watching him act like an exaggerated lunatic. And they're like, that guy has a good point. I like that. I am inspired by that guy. Thank you, that guy, for your bravery. So because he does it better than even they do, let's take a look at Cassidy Campbell speaking at a city council meeting. Screech.
Now we're in war with Ukraine and Russia. If we had a nuclear war, it would be worth it if I could just save my life.
A nuclear war, we're supporting Ukraine. And Russia, what? A nuclear war would be worth it if we could just save one life.
What? Imagine living in a world where people with selfish sides do nothing racist, transphobic, xenophobic, misogynistic, bigots, where people actually supported democracy and took on their social responsibility. The only way to fight for our democracy is to get vaccinated while supporting Ukraine in the fight. And that is your social responsibility. Everybody!
And you could actually watch him compared to some of these others, and you're like, well, he's actually not exaggerating them. He's just mimicking them. That's the scary part. It's also the hilarious part. Well, let me know what you thought of these liberals crying for 3 straight minutes in the comments below, and I'll look forward to seeing you in our next video. But until then, stay mentally sane.